Welcome back, YouTube, to another exciting episode of Exposed, a Detroit web series, which you can catch every Monday, maybe anytime because of internet. We do stream live. Sometimes you may catch a little internet footage mess up, so we'll still get back to you with the most important topics of that day. So tonight's episode is a very interesting episode about Detroit women, and I have my guest today. I want to thank for coming out, whose name is Martell Thompson.
What up, though, Detroit? What's going on?
What's up? Now, Martell Thompson, he is 23 years of age. He also is a street pharmacist, which was once quoted by the famous rapper Tupac Shakur in the movie Poetic Justice. So, how are you doing today?
Oh, shit, sweetie, I'm good. What's the deal with you? What's going on?
I'm doing good.
Oh, yeah.
I like your blue scarf there.
Good looking out.
Very gangster. Okay, so I have a few questions for you before we jump into tonight's episode.
Oh, for sure, I'm down.
My first question for you is, what do you look for in women that you date?
Yo, I be liking them hoes that got this street, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking attitude, but they still gotta be classy around here, you know what I'm saying? Classy and not trashy.
That's what's up. So what's your favorite body part on a woman?
I would say the head because it also got a brain and, you know what I'm saying, it got a pretty face to it, plus a mouth. You know, a mouth used for a lot.
Wow, that's different. That's very different. So, Martell, what must your women say and do to keep the relationship going with you?
Oh, shit. Not much, man. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me how much they, you know what I'm saying, love me, you know what I'm saying, be loyal, you know what I'm saying, faithful, and handle your motherfucking business in the bed. Just handle that shit.
Okay, very gangster. Now, before we get into tonight's episode, I want to jump straight into the updates. I mean, we're a little late and behind schedule, but we're still going to get all those hot topics to you. First update I want to hit you with was something that's very interesting that happened last week with one of my favorite shows, which I did state to you guys that I liked this one better than the original Love and Hip Hop. And this is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, where on this episode, if anybody's been watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, episode 2 was very interesting because Joseline in the episode, who is Stevie J's, the producer on Love and Hip Hop's mistress, who is an ex-dancer, found out that she was pregnant, which was aired on live television that we all know that Stevie J was having sex with her. But Joseline actually went to confront his baby mama Mimi about being pregnant, letting her know that they had been sleeping together since the 3 months of him leaving and not returning home when meeting Joseline.
Regular niggas sometimes.
Yeah, but it was actually shocking and funny how he really was cut because he's actually very controlling, does not know how to speak to or treat women. He will later, through the show, end up having an altercation with Little Scrappy, if you guys don't remember him from Trivsville. Now, I'm just going to give you a little highlight preview before we move on to the update. It says on episode 2 of Love and Hip Hop, Carly walked into the music studio and has a one-on-one chat with Joseline about what may or may not have happened with Stevie J prior to the massive blowout that ended up last week's season premiere. Now, first of all we know is Cardi B is also an artist as well, and she went and told me that Stevie J was kissing and was with Joseline in the studio. But then again, we also see later on through the show that Cardi Red is just named in so many different other things, as far as with beef with K. Michelle and words and comments she's made through the show. So it's very interesting. I hope you guys can watch tonight. It premieres and it comes on every Monday, as well as Exposed, the Truth Reveal. You can catch tonight at 8 o'clock and see the brand new episode where you'll see Joseline aborting their child and trying to move on with her career as Stevie J continues to put the lies on thick on the ladies. So moving on with some of my other updates, I want to talk about Eddie Murphy, now after a year and a half, starts to pay $51,000 in child support to Mel B. ex-Spice Girl, Scary Spice, if you guys don't remember her. But Eddie Murphy had at first not claimed Angel, which is his daughter, Mel B's daughter. And in the beginning, he made Mel B get a blood test, which he found out later that it was his child. Learning that, he still did not see his child. He still spent no time with her, or Mel B was not receiving any funds from him. So she was very glad to find out just recently that she will be receiving funds, and Eddie has decided to spend time with his daughter after the year and a half. So Eddie Murphy pays $51,000 a month in child support. Actor Eddie Murphy has agreed to pay former Spice Girl Mel B $51,000 a month. Old daughter Angel Iris turns 18-year-old. A source also revealed that the settlement ends 15-month court battle that began after Eddie denied that he later proved that he was. A friend of the singer told News of the World, Mel is delighted that the case is right for her. It's never about money. It was Mel's way of asking Eddie to spend time with Angel. So It was all a cry out to get this kind of love and, affection for her child to have a father in her life. Now, before Eddie, became big and he married different women, he also was married to one of my other favorite show's cast member, Nicole. If you guys know of Nicole, haven't seen her, this is a picture of her and Eddie in the beginning of their marriage. They now have 3 to 4 kids together and have been divorced for a while now. But in that divorce settlement, Nicole received $15 million in the settlement. You know how some marriages, sometimes you may get a payment of once a month. Well, she decided to take her full amount of $15 million. Well, the sources are speaking out saying that Nicole spent her $15 million within 4 years, investing in investments that later did not pay off for her. So it says that Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, Nicole, has blown her massive $15 million divorce settlement in just 4 years. And now she's millions of dollars in debt. Damn. Once more, the IRS has slapped her with 5 tax liens totaling $846,630. And she has put her opulent mansion up for sale. And when Nicole divorced Eddie in 2006, after 13 years of marriage, she chose to take a one-time payout from the comedian of $15 million instead of a monthly alimony. But in a shocking short span of time, she managed to lose all of it. Nicole made some bad investments with the fortune she got from Eddie, and now she's in a serious financial straits, said friend of the 42-year-old stunner. Courts records show that the IRS slapped Nicole with 2 liens for back taxes in November, totaling $214,688. The huge bill was on the top of the outstanding judgments against her for nearly $600,000 by a legal firm and another $60,000 demand for the payment by landscaping company. She also owes $5 million on her Los Angeles area home. Nicole is overwhelmed by the mountain of debt she has piled up, added the source Nicole, who has 5 children. So it is 5. Definitely knows she had 5 children with Eddie and was with him for 13 years. Invested in the internet jewelry business, which if you guys have been watching Hollywood Exes, she is still involved with a lot of this jewelry line business she's running. And she's now even married to an ex-football player. I don't know if any of the fellas maybe know of him in the picture here.
Oh, that's Michael Strahan. Man.
Yeah, so he used to be a footballer. He's not working out, but she's currently engaged and maybe marrying him soon. But she's in all that debt. It's wild. It's crazy. So too bad she ran out of all that paper. Tisk, tisk. That's what they have to say about that. Now, if you want to know anything about what's going on with Eddie Murphy's relationship with his ex-wife, married for 13 years, you can go on to bossip.com /32437/win-checks-stop-coming-in-Nicole-Murphy-blue-her-15-million. And if you want to hear anything about Mel B, finally getting some type of service and love from Eddie Murphy during through the time of him making her going to get the DNA test and finding out that it was his child with the ex-Spice Girl, and now it's going to be paying $51,000 a month. You can go on to www.babyscoop.com/2009/02/09/Eddie Murphy to pay $51,000 a month child.
That's a hell of a story right there.
Yeah, and then I always want you guys to know if you want to hear anything about the Love and Hip Hop updates, go into Love and Hip Hop. They have their own information, but you could also go into www.fredio.com /watch-love-hip-hop-Atlanta-episode 2 and get all that information. Now moving on, speaking of some things that's been going on more in Hollywood, we're going to speak on Hollywood's favorite couple splits because of Tom Cruise's alleged controlling and Scientology ways. Now, if anybody knows about Tom Cruise, he's a very top, great actor. I've always loved his movies, but as far as, his life and how he lives it, you really can't touch. It's really what you want, And his wife, Katie Holmes, I've always loved her. If you guys don't remember Katie Holmes, she had played in Dawson's Creek for years and always was a good actor, has received many awards. And she speaks out because she's saying the marriage ended basically because of the Scientology and how she did not want their children involved with this. So, their sources are speaking out, people are speaking out because now they said they have came to an agreement with the divorce settlement, and this is what they're saying. Now it says, Tom Cruise divorce agreement gives Katie Holmes primary custody. So in this divorce settlement, Katie Holmes went straight after what she was looking for, which was custody of her child, most of the time, and that's what she'll be getting. It says divorce agreements lawyers for Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise hammered out the past weekend, giving actress primary custody of the couple's daughter, but allows both sides a say in her religious upbringing. A source familiar with the notation said Monday. Now, this is the main reason why Katie Holmes left Tom Cruise, thinking that because of her not wanting her child involved, that would be good reason to leave him. But also what they're saying is that because he is her father, he does have a say-so on what her religions may be in the future. But I do believe now, as her being a child, it is not right to force a religion of your own into your child if the mother is not agreeing upon that.
I mean, but then what kind of, religion, is it that you can force or put upon your child? Instill upon your child?
Something that you and the father agree upon, together. That's the most important thing, and they both are not agreeing upon it. She left this camp not wanting to be a part of the Scientology. Most people may not know what that is, so I would suggest you do your research on any religion that you would want to be a part of. But it's very serious for Scientology and atheists and all these different religions nowadays that you think about what you get yourself in, because you will be shown as the person who was involved, basically. So, it also says Holmes was unconcerned with the financial settlement because the source said she had her own money. Also, it said photos Tom Cruise through the years. Holmes, raised Roman Catholic, was concerned about the role the Church of Scientology, Cruise's spiritual home, would play in Surrey's upbringing. Sought terms that would allow her to set limits on influence, the source said. The divorce agreement provides Cruise with visitation with the daughter, but gives Holmes the lead role in choosing how Surrey will be educated. The source said both parents will have a meaningful relationship with their daughter, the source said. So all of this is being said, and it is still great to see that they're both going to get together and try to work this out for Surrey's sake. But it's also important that they both understand that this is not a choice in which that they can force onto her. It's something that she would probably have to come upon herself.
That's true. I agree with that one.
Now, speaking about Hollywood, my favorite shows, Hollywood Exes, is getting juicier and juicier every episode. We just talked about Nicole, Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, who's one of the cast members. But we're going to talk about another cast member who is the ex-wife of one of my favorite singers, which is R. Kelly, and her name is Andrea Kelly. And Andrea has a mouthful to say about their marriage and what's going on, because their marriage was hid from the media. She's very angry and hurt of how she was treated during the marriage and not just being acknowledged as his wife. So let's talk a little bit about that. It says, R. Kelly's ex-wife, Andrea, whined and complained before she found room to be thankful for her unfolding new life as a dance instructor. She takes scenic walk to the beach with Maite. Maite is Prince's ex-wife, and Maite had a very struggling relationship with Prince that was also never talked about. So they have a lot of common, and Maite and worries she won't have students, even though she got a band of producers and cameras with her. And she is, and many people believe in Andrea's work more than you can see that she even does, because they push to see and want to see her strive for the best. It says, the studio owner told her openly that she offers components that are new to the location. It's not clear why the former Miss R. Kelly has a difficult time accepting her triumph. Her kids are at home in Chicago. She is transitioning the move to LA without them. That upset her, but now she's worried about students on the surface. It appears she has a serious emotions about her divorce from from R&B singer husband, who just canceled a bunch of shows, we all know, because of the abscess onto his throat and the problems that he's been having. He's been canceling a lot of shows, and it says, if she's living in his shadow, like hope she lives it up. There's hope for an African dance nutcracker traveling major U.S. cities by Thanksgiving.
That's what's up.
So it's many things that she could be a part of, and many different things that she could do. And they're hoping that that's what she reached for, and to maybe try and let go of. It's going to be hard because they were together. A lot of people didn't know. They were together for 13 years, married for 10, been divorced now for 6 years, and it's not like she'll never have to see him, because she has 3 or 4 kids with R. Kelly.
I mean, well, shoot, I didn't even know that her and R, you know what I'm saying, was married, you know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people were, they didn't know it all either. They just thought, when she said they would see them all together, they would just think of her as, a fan, and she got tired of that life, Besides that, all the cheating and rumors that occurred during their marriage, a lot of people may not know, came from that. So if you want to know about Andrea, talking about her life and what she went through to get where she's at from leaving R. Kelly, you can go to www.hingley.com/10178/Hollywood-Exes-R. Kelly to find out about her. But in more news with Andrea, recently she went on the Wendy Williams show.
Right.
This was in June 26th of this year.
Okay.
And when visiting the show, Andrea came there in a wheelchair, which shocked a lot of people that she had even been heard or was even in the show.
Wheelchair, damn.
Yeah, but even more shocking news, she may or may not be able to finish a whole season with Hollywood Exes because of her hurting her leg in dancing, because she is a dance instructor. So that is the latest news that I have for you on the Hollywood Exes. If you can see that picture up in the corner. And you want to know about her visiting Wendy Williams in a wheelchair, talking with her about her career and what her plans are. They said she might have to give up her spot on the series due to her injury, which she suffered while dancing. If you saw the preview of the new show, VH1, tell us what you think about it. I want you to come on to this episode, Detroit Women, and leave your comments and let me know what you think about this. Go on to www.gumbumpers.com/06/Hollywood-X-Andrea-Kelly-wheelchair-visit-Wendy and find out about
That's
that.
what's up.
Yeah,
Like
so
a shame, though. She talented.
very talented coming into the game, leaving a very talented husband. So, like I said, I wish you the best, Andrea, and I hope that we do get to see more of you on the show, and just to see what you're really about. Now, moving on, who cares? But we all have an opinion. That statement comes from something that happened, and I kind of noticed it during other updates and found out that on Indecent Exposures, Puffy Pics page shows a bunch of Puff Daddy's pictures of things that he's done and has been a part of. Went out on vacationing with friends. And with these pictures, Wendy Williams had released on her show or web series, wherever you may go to find this information. And the pictures show Puffy doing a lot of miscellaneous things which question his sexuality, which has not been the first time these pictures have been released. Now, nothing to who Puffy is as an artist, but after Wendy Williams released some of this information, it says people will be asking what happened to Wendy Williams. Well, Puffy, according to Wendy, blackballed her. First, he got her suspended. Then, when she wouldn't back down, when she repeated everything she said about Puffy was true, Puffy, now a very powerful mogul, had her taking off the air until the contract's end. Now, who knew that? It says Cincinnati's cause is fired. Since even she was outright fired, they would have to pay her till her contract ends. So they're going to have to pay her, because even though you cut me, and I'm a good gossip columnist, and I've been doing this for years, there's no way that you're going to cut me, even though someone powerful has the power to do that. It says they will have to pay her till her contract ends, but it says 99 note, Wendy's been working elsewhere now. At least her site was back up again. Well, at least she still has that, we see. And now it's back down. Maybe she's at the radio station's website. I don't know. I don't care. It wasn't about Wendy. It wasn't about Puffy. It was about the truth. And that's what I talk about here on Exposed, because it's not about me exposing your business or showing a picture. It's about we all have problems. We are human. And it's something that everyone should know. If it's something that we need to know, it's not something that you can stop us from finding out. And it says maybe she's at the radio station, and it says it wasn't about Puffy, it's about the truth, abuse of power, and the underground peace. Here are the pics that got her suspended. Now, I'm going to go through the pics, and I'm going to try to tell what I can tell most of. Now, if you guys can see, you have a picture with Puffy standing there. Then you also have a picture of, I believe, Puffy with a gentleman on top of him.
Damn.
With Puffy's pants down. You guys also should see a picture with Puffy with his pants down shaking his butt.
Ooh, that's some nasty shit.
So I'll give you a chance to keep looking before I flick over to the last page, which I think is very significant for you guys to see before moving on. And these were the pictures that Wendy Williams released, which I think was just speaking from a person's perspective who's seen this, sent her. She's a gossip columnist, so they sent her pictures all day. She didn't want to probably see this. She probably didn't care, because none of us care. But you're a billionaire. If you're gay, you should not have a problem with telling somebody that, or saying, I'm me, hey, what you going to do about it? At the end of the day, what are you going to do about it? So, let's move on to the last picture, because you might have didn't get a second. I'm going to still give you guys a website where you can still go on and get all the information that we just talked about during this episode. And the last picture I'm going to show you, very blurry, but I'm hoping you guys can still get a good look at this. Now this picture up at the top, you see two men. If you're looking close enough, you see two men. The two men in the picture, if you do not know, the names are beneath. You see Mace and you see Puffy.
Yeah, you gotta look.
Now even though they may be friends and they're just out and they're partying, there's a lot of guys who would agree and say they would be deadly caught doing this, stating that they love women. So when she released this picture, not to put him out or to put him down, it was just to let people know what's going on and inform people who didn't know. Because maybe this is something that Puffy doesn't want people to know. Maybe he feels like this is going to hurt his career. But if so, why would he do it?
Exactly.
So that's the questions everybody wants to know. And if you speak and say your mind or speak what you feel, are you going to be cut off the air? Is your thoughts going to be erased? So if you want to know about why Wendy Williams got suspended, what's going to happen with her career, and further information about the story, you can go on to www.indecent.com/Puffy and Puffy Pics and get all the information about that.
That's a surprise right there.
Yeah, it's something new a lot of people didn't know. Now, for our last Around the World Entertainment update, I want to talk about, in music news, in more music news, I want to talk about how more artists are coming out and telling, you know, who they really are, and they want to be more honest about it. They're tired of the media forcing them to say things that they don't want to say. And one of the artists coming out to speak about being gay is R&B singer Frank Ocean. I don't know if you guys heard about him recently coming out. He is an R&B singer. And I'm looking for some of you guys to tell me, what are some of the songs that he sung? What are some of the artists that he worked with in the industry? Also, it was a lot to be said about him coming out, and a lot of artists felt and wanted to say that they wanted to work with Ocean, saying that he was a great artist and that you know, he was someone to work with. So what I'm wondering is this all happened because Ocean came out as a gay artist? And in his coming out, he stated a lot of things that people didn't know, but he said, are you shocked to hear that an R&B singer is gay? You shouldn't. At least 50% singers, rappers, and ballers are gay. Remember, Frank Ocean has announced he's gay or bisexual, taking a page for Anderson Cooper, who confirmed he's gay in the email bisexual, taking a page from Monday. The Rising Star made his announcement in a tear-inducing post on Turbo page. The post is somewhat cryptic, so it's up for interpretation. For instance, what does he mean when he says, scream at my creator? Sleep I would often share with him. Keep a peculiar friendship with him. Maybe it takes near-death experience to feel alive. Whoever you are, I'm staring T.I. think we a lot alike. Human beings spinning blackness, all wanting to sing. Touch her, pay attention to my loved ones. Everything to hear me in the last year or 3. I've screamed at my creator, screamed at the clouds in the sky. For some explanation, mercy, maybe for peace of mind to run like manna. Somehow, for a summer ago, I met somebody. I was 19 years old. He was 2. We spent that summer, the summer after together, every day, almost, in the days we were. So I'm guessing this is something that he was just letting them, part of some of the things that he was telling you guys about when coming out to America and letting these guys know, you know, what he feels during the time of him keeping it a secret.
I mean, but it's crazy though, because he said over 50% stars and you know what I'm saying, rappers was gay. gay as well. I don't know what's up with that.
But it's a true fact that it's not has been released to a lot of people. And a lot of people probably don't want to know or ask the questions in fear of not having a career in the music industry, in fear of not making it as far as they want to because of what might happen to them. So it is very important to see that we have someone who speaks up what they feel regardless of what anybody has to say. And it's clear to see that Frank Ocean still has friends and artists pushing for him regardless of his sexuality.
Good for him.
Yes. Now, before I get into the Detroit update, you know, every week we have our Fact Finder, and I want to go back because this week's Fact Finder was about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was one of the updates I was talking about. And I want you guys to listen to some of the reviews that people had to say about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and about Stevie J sleeping around with his baby mama, getting her pregnant, just clowning the whole week of last week. Let's see what some people have to say. Now, we have Mickey. Mickey said that Stevie J is a self-centered, washed-up music producer. He is only thinking with his D. It is a shame that you disrespected Joselina when she was telling you about the pregnancy. He needed a reality check on life, such as women's feeling, respect, and relationship, children that didn't ask to be here. Mimi is one of Stevie J's baby mothers. Mimi knows what is going on with Stevie J, being womanized. I don't feel sorry for Mimi. She is dumb. She is a dumb female from Atlanta who needs to face reality. Stevie J is a cold-hearted MF. Stevie J needs to look at the episodes and think about the actions. He is playing games with Joselina and Mimi's life. Mimi needs to leave Stevie J and find somebody who is going to respect her and her daughter, but is D with. Joseline needs to take him on a roller coaster ride and leave his A on the top of it hanging. And while he is calling her for help getting down, Carmen is a MFer. Stevie J like Puff said, you need to go to drug clinic and get yourself together. Stevie J don't have self-respect, so he don't deserve respect for anybody who really love him, including Mimi. Your daughter's other baby mothers and Joseline, good luck, self-centered bastard. Stevie J, washed up music producer. So we got time for one more people's view because she has a lot to say, but that is true. So true, so true. That's kind of like what I had to say about Mimi. Now we have another comment for someone else. Her name is Alita. And Alita said, wow, last night was crazy. My highlights was Mimi drawing up the contract on his ass. Wow, 20%. I know. Thanks, right, Mimi? Then she told Joseline, we working with everybody. Wow, again, LOL. Joseline telling Stevie J she's pregnant, crying. He didn't even care. He was like, let's go to work. Then he's saying no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She said it don't matter. Then back door and says I have not been with no one but the last 6 months. But you, really? This is crazy show. But everyone is glued. It's nuts how this show has 1 million posts and we are all glued looking to see how the soap opera is going to end. Because you know this is a soap opera, right? So true, and I love it, I love it, I love it. So everybody tune in tonight. That's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now, let's get to these Detroit updates, moving on along. How we doing over here, Mr. Thompson?
We good, honey.
Okay, so some positive news finally going on here in Detroit, and I want to start it off with this. It's called Rocking on the Riverfront. It kicks off July the 13th. This is something new that will be going on the riverfront for people who are visiting Detroit, Detroiters who want to get out, do some different things, and really promote the city for positive things. Now, Rocking on the Riverfront, let me tell you some of the things that's going to be going on there. It says, General Motors Rocking on the Riverfront is set to take over GM Riverfront Plaza Friday nights. Now, this is going to be Friday nights, starting June 13th now. It says continues every Friday through August 17th from 8 to 10 o'clock. The full schedule of bands performing at this year's Rocking on the Riverfront Summer Concert Series will include July 13th, Sponge and John Waite, Molly Missing You, July 20th, Starship with the Build This City, Nothing Gonna Stop Us Now. July 27th, Ace Friendly, Former Kiss, Guitars. August 10th, The Tubes, Ballroom Bits, Where She's a Beauty. August 17th, Mark Farmer of Grand Funk Roll and Marshall Crenshaw were an American band someday, some way. Now, the event is partnered with the Detroit Classic Rock Station, 94.7 WCS FM, and the new Soft Rock 105.1 FM.
Okay.
Over the years, the event has transformed from a free concert to a summer destination for dining, entertainment. Admission is free and sitting on the first serve basis. Attendees are encouraged to bring lawn chairs, blankets. Convenient parking is available for $5 beginning at 5 p.m. at GM Surface. LOL, the boaters on Detroit River are welcome to anchor near the riverfront. Outside food, beverages, or coolers will not be permitted. However, Andiamo Detroit Riverfront will provide refreshments, food, concession at the several locations across the plaza. Andiamo Detroit Riverfront enjoy Murder Seafood will accept dinner reservations before and after the concert, and both restaurants offer outdoor patios overlooking Detroit River and rocking on the river stage. The Detroit Marriott Renaissance Center is offering 2 viewing packages. The Andiamo Riverfront package includes a 4-course dinner, overnight accommodations. The Joe Murder Seafood package includes a 4-course dinner, overnight accommodations, breakfast at 42 degrees north. For reservations, specify the package. Call 1-800-325-0831. Visit DetroitMarriott.com also and use the promotion code D60. So come on now, enjoy, come to the D, see all the positive things that go on here that make people want to come here and visit us. Like we're trying to get the murder rate down here and trying to get everybody acting right, trying to get more positive things going on. So guys, you guys will want to come and visit and see what's going on here. So if you want to hear more about the Rock and River Front Days that's going to be going on here in Detroit, you can go on to www.myfoxdetroit.com and find out about that information.
That's very positive.
Very positive. So, in more Detroit news, this story is proven example of not knowing when your last day may be here on earth. Today, a young girl was killed after an off-duty Detroit police officer gun goes off. This was during her celebration of her birthday. She was at this off-duty police officer's home where his gun went off, and she was killed accidentally. States fired the police, and it was not something that was meant to happen to the young lady. If you can see her picture over there in the far right corner, you'll see the young lady. Very young, pretty promising young lady, life taken away. So we do want to give a shout out to her and her family, hoping that they will be able to get through this grieving time.
Yeah, we got to pray for them.
Yes, and this young lady, her name was Idesha Miller, who was shot while dancing with the officer at an outdoor. So she was dancing with the officer when she was shot.
Okay.
And it said the officer, an outdoor social gathering, about 12 a.m. Saturday. Police Sergeant Erwin Stephenson early Monday that Miller embraced the officer from behind, causing the holster weapon to accidentally discharge. There is no indication whoever the officer placed his hand on his weapon at all, said Gabi during a press conference Monday afternoon. It says he's added that the officer had his weapon secured in the department-issued holster around the waist. So the holster that the officer was using was issued to him by the precinct. The officers used at that department. It said the officers will remain on administrative duties. Gabi added with authorities investigating the shooting and report the findings to the Wayne County prosecutor. Godby says officers are not required to carry weapons while off duty. So they want to know why was he even, it could have been possibly on him. He didn't say that. The chief would, a good point. Why would you off work? But it says, Miller's mother says her daughter would have turned 25 on Monday. He's a private party with Reverie. He's at a private party with relatives. Why do you need a gun? Said Yolanda McClure. Instead of telling her happy birthday, I've got to plan her funeral.
Damn.
So it was very heartful. And like I said, I'm going to give a shout out to that story and the young girl who's highlighted. Moving on to more Detroit news. A family man takes his own life after shooting ex-girlfriend. This has been happening, going on. Like I said, the murder rate continues to raise here week after week. And I still want to keep reaching out to you guys and telling you guys that we can stop this. We can start, reaching out to people in need and talking to these people that we know could do harm to others. And informing someone before it's too late is always the best way to help in these situations.
So true.
Now, police believe a man who shot and killed his ex-girlfriend took his own life following a police chase that ended on Detroit West Side. Family members tell Fox 2 Andrea Awesome that 35-year-old Larry Crawford fatally shot Shawanda Spartan, 33, earlier this week. Police are trying to figure out what led to the shooting, but they do say Crawford fired from police Southfield on Wendy's, fled from Southfield on Wednesday. So this started from Southfield and ended on the west side of Detroit. It says police pursued and the chase ended on Freeland Street when Crawford fatally shot himself in the head. So,
wow.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, a childhood friend of mine lost her life last month to her boyfriend taking her life in front of her child. It was so horrible and traumatic for all that knew her. I want to still say rest in peace, Shalana Dowdale. So this is going on. People losing their lives daily now, but it's to the point now where, you don't know when or how you could lose your life.
So true.
So it's very important that we keep reaching out. We keep talking about this. We keep letting people know that they don't have to take a life. That, it's ways to solve things without taking a life. And, trying to get help for these people that we know are crazy and getting rid of this no snitch and we're not going to say anything. We know a life is in danger. So moving on to more news in Detroit. It says, and this is actually my last update, which was a crazy story that happened last week too. A pastor says police imposters invaded his home. And I'm like, dang, this is the first time this happened. I mean, we getting the guys now who are going to the store, getting the shirts with the police on there, the fake shirts, the fake badges from the dollar store, and they're knocking at your door, and they're trying to get in, and they're acting like they're the police, and they're robbing you. And in this story, before you could even laugh at how dumb they were, you had to take it serious because these were older people, a pastor who at the time was sleeping when this occurred. And it says that
sleeping?
Yes, that they said they were the police, and that this was a raid, and everyone get on the floor, said Pastor Steve Arthur. So they came to the door saying, "This is a raid, everybody get on the floor." And he just knew they were the police. They had the police shirts on, and at first the pastor actually thought they were police officers. They came in, saw the police on their shirts and uniforms they were wearing and whatnot. However, it became clear this was not a raid, it was a robbery. The men tied up to Pastor Arthur, his wife, and their 17-year-old daughter. They went through the house and ransacking the house. Arthur says the ordeal lasted for 15 minutes. Then a friend stopped by the house in the midst of the robbery. They saw these robbers in the home, and so they took off running, and they called the police. The real police came quickly, but the imposters got away. The pastor believes that they did not take anything. Thankfully, he and his families were not hurt. But as long as these men are on the streets, that could do this to anyone else in their families, may they be stopped quickly, and their family may not be so lucky. The pastor has the message for the men behind the attack. I pray for them and hope the law that our mayor and our city council will get more involved and get these criminals off the street. Again, these guys were wearing t-shirts that said police and they got away in a burgundy Chevy Impala. If you have any information, call Detroit Police. So it's getting worse and worse, you guys. And if you don't take heed and you listen to these updates and not to look at them as a negative response to what Detroit's doing and just start trying to make things better, and slowly but surely we'll start seeing all the positives coming back into our city.
Hell yeah, I hope so too. Shit.
Yes. So let's move straight on into this week's episode, which we're going to be talking about Detroit women, and I have some questions for you afterwards. You sitting here and going through the updates with me. So one of my questions for you, most important questions I have for you, because these are very juicy questions. You think women want what from men? A, big dick. B, a orgy. C, love. Or C is that A, money. B, big dick. C, orgy. D, love. Or E, A, B, and D.
Oh, that's E, you know what I'm saying? Because you know and stuff that they be wanting to, big dick. Hey, I got that, I was blessed, You want love, you know what I'm saying? And, you really just need all, all of those things, I can show you a little something.
Okay, moving on. Great news, though. Great news.
So I can show you a little
Okay, so what makes a woman cheat in your opinion?
Oh, that's usually just trust, with, it's usually trust issues with her nigga, If she think that he cheating or know it, then she gonna cheat,
Or just dealing with a woman who's very loose sometimes can also mean that. So what's the worst thing a woman can do as a mother, in your opinion?
Misuse her child for, money, shit like that. Because I've seen mamas sell like their children for crack,
Me too, and I think that's almost the worst thing that most likely God doesn't forgive if he sees that you don't love a human being that he's given life to.
Oh, yeah.
So finish this statement. A woman is beautiful because she can A, make a child, B, hold her man down, C, give good head, D, independent.
I want to say good head, motherfucking nigga like me from the hood, but the real answer is B. You gotta be able to hold your nigga down. You know what I'm saying?
So true. I think that's very important in a relationship to be there for your significant other.
Oh, for
and
sure.
As a woman, you should be there for someone if they're loves you and they're there to support you.
Oh yeah, for sure. That go without saying, man.
Okay. So name 3 sports that women do better than men then.
Shit. Probably ice skating. Gymnastics and tennis or something like that.
Okay, those are 3 great sports that we do love as women. How many holes does a woman have on her body? Name 2 above the neck.
7, including the mouth and the ears.
Name 2 above the neck.
The mouth and the ears.
Okay. We didn't hear you. I thought that your scarf was stuck in your mouth or something.
No.
Okay. Tupac ain't back.
I got something for that.
What is a woman doing? What is a woman being abused? Is she A, scared, B, dumb, C, in love, or D, lonely?
Shit. It can be D or B, but, I say B is the, most one where you just dumb, But a lot of bitches that deal with that, they, be lonely, or they think that they ain't gonna, be able to get another motherfucker.
So true, and I think that's very important that we women understand that you don't need a man, you want a man. and just feel that way. Even though you may truly need him at the end of the day, it's best to keep that thought. It makes it a whole lot easier. So, name one thing a woman has no other human has besides the gift to make children.
A bitch can make milk. I can drink it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, with my breakfast in the morning if I like. If I get a broad pregnant, I ain't never buying milk again.
Okay. And there's always the ladies' time a month. That's something that another creature or human would never have. And that we suffer and we go through it. You men may laugh and joke and think that you're going to get some at the end of the day, but we're all like, we're straight. So.
All you got to do is slap a rubber on, beat that shit up.
Okay, moving on.
Or take a bath.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Get Mother Nature stop.
Okay. So we're getting closer now. We're pushing through this episode, Mr. Thompson. It says, what makes a black woman different from other women and other raised women, and what makes this a good thing?
Shit, black women are usually a little bit more mentally strong than a lot of other, you know what I'm saying, races and shit, you know, and that's good because, you know, a real man will want that shit, you know what I'm saying, just in case he can't do his thing, you know what I'm saying, you know, as far as the, what's what I'm looking for, family shit go, then, you know, it's good to know that you got a female who can handle that shit for a second.
So true, so true. And just to have someone that can speak their mind and smart should be good thing for a man to enjoy in his woman.
Speak your mind, but not smart. It's two different things. Women often get that confused.
Okay, so do men. So, for my last question of the night, Mr. Thompson, I want you to finish this statement for me. A woman is a man's backbone because she A, when no one else is there, count on your woman. B, cause she better. Or C, she don't have nobody else. Or D, I run her.
Well, shit, it's with me anyway. I can't say that with, you know what I'm saying, y'all niggas out there, but with me, you know what I'm saying, it's I guess it would be something like A and D, because I do run that shit, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, I got A, you know, because anytime it ain't nobody around, you know, you need to be able to count on your other half, you know what I'm saying?
So true. It is very important to have, like I said, a strong woman that is down for you and wants to be with you, not just what you like to do and is down with all that, you know, street violence and ghetto stuff, like my guest, Mr. Thompson here. But I want to thank him for coming out and sharing his time with it, but he's a little ghetto. And before we leave about this episode, I'm going to give you this week's Fact Finder. Now, this week's Fact Finder was also interesting because this week's Fact Finder is the 7 top reasons women love men. And who all doesn't want to know why we love you buckethead guys out there? Just check it out. The number one reason, I'll start from number one. Number one reason, it says many women like the idea of being taken care of in a relationship, and they like nothing more than a guy who has handyman skills. No, you don't need to be qualified carpenter or electrician, just someone who can fix things around the house. And it's always good to have that kind of man. So these are some of the qualities that we like about men and keeps us coming. Number two, guys, be domestic occasionally, pick up after yourself, wipe down the bathroom, and not a lot of you do that, clearly. They wipe down behind yourself. And it says the bathroom basics, pick up your towel up off the floor, cook every now and again, or simply surprise her with a night out to a ritzy restaurant. Give her some time off once in a while with a little mystery. Now, that is always second because who doesn't like, after a long day of partying or whatever you guys do as a couple, to come home and have him take you out and to a good restaurant and, you know, run your bath or cook every now and then. There's nothing wrong with that.
What's a good, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking restaurant? McDonald's or something?
Only for the hood brother. So for a real brother, he probably would take a Red Lobster.
Well, it's supersizing that motherfucker.
We might take we might take
I'm a baller.
Okay.
I only take hoes out the fish
So
box.
number three, it says Minor irritations can start in the bathroom. Things like not replacing the toilet. This is number 3. Not replacing the paper roll. Things like the done over with grate on her. Again, surprise her by doing it. If she likes the toilet seat left down, do it instead of getting on her nerve by thinking it's a joke. And it's so many guys who will leave the toilet seat up.
It's hard.
Can I get a woo-woo lady that will leave the toilet seat up and then will come out like, oh, I'm the shit.
Tell your girl to fucking...
You know what I'm saying? You don't want no pissy-ass toilet. That's all the lady's saying.
That shit hard.
And so it says, these are just examples, but get the picture if she says something irritates her. She means it. So when guys hear that, even though we still probably loved you at the end of the day, we didn't like it. It was irritating. And number 4, another reason women love men is to maintain some form of chivalry. Believe me, it's not chivalry. Believe me, it's not dead. When she goes out to get the groceries, for example, it comes home, what do? Do you help her carry them in, or does she make half a dozen trips out to the car? That doesn't need an explanation. So if a guy does that, we know some things as women, some things we know are wrong and we still accept it, saying that we love them. But this is a part of your relationship, and this is something that you will have to deal with. And it will continue if you do not speak up about it early. And it's important that you guys have that communication, that you can say what your dislikes and what your likes are.
I agree with that, though.
Now, number 5, write her a love note occasionally and put it somewhere she can find it. But notes in her car, bathroom mirror, on her pillow, just about anywhere, and surprise her with a flower or 2. So that's something that will keep a woman love. But that's number 5. Number 6, another of the 7 main reasons women love men is their ability to make them laugh. Guys makes your gal laugh when you know, play it up. Women love men with a sense of humor. Even funny facial expressions can break up the most tense of moods. So true. Because of what most women do like to laugh, do want after a long day, a stressful day, to be able to sit back and laugh and keep, the flowiness of the relationship, the funness of the relationship. Number 7 is the top reason women love men, and that is when it comes to sex, women really love men with the ability to stay in the journey with them. In other words, foreplay is real. Women love it. So guys, when you are fooling around before the main event, don't think you need to move on just because you think it's time. If she's enjoying it, it's for a reason.
What if I'm trying to fuck?
Get more great tips on how to improve your relationship. Discover the secrets thousands have to use, win back their partners, and enjoy great, lasting relationships. Check out The Magic of Making Up today. And you can find out about the reasons in tonight's Fact Finder. Come on to this episode, leave your comments about tonight's episode. Let me know what you liked about it. But you can go on to find about tonight's Fact Finder on www.itsarticle.com/7-top-reasons-women-love-men-ID. And I enjoy me and my guests, you coming out, taking your time to get to know me and Detroit women. So, we out.
Oh, yeah.